Hello, LEGO lovers. This is Elle, and this is a LEGO Disney parts review. And I will say that it's a long time coming that I did this, so I apologize in advance. However, this is set number 43202, the Madrigal House. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. 587 pieces and retails for $50, which is pretty good. And as I said before, this is a parts review. So we're here talking about parts, and I decided to do this one by color. So laid out here, we have what I refer to as the brownish colors. Some people say some of them are like orangish, but most of these to me are brown. So let's get right into it. So first up, you can see over here, we have two double wide doors. Just kind of a nice door that gives a little depth when you use it. And then we have some windows here and some larger windows. Nice to get in brown. It gives it more of a naturalistic wood type look. And then we also have a lot of these like axle connector parts here in that dark reddish brown. That's great for tree branches. And again, just wood or, whatnot. We got some arches back there, not too special. We have some of these kind of, I don't know if you'd call them jumper plates, but it's like a 1x4 with only studs on each side or ends. And there's a lot of those there. I think those can be good for like bridges, just kind of mixing tiles up and stuff. Speaking of mixing tiles up, we do have one dark brown, what is that, 2x6 tile. Not very common, first time I've seen it in that color. We also got some other tiles and some other plates, nothing too special. We do have this in that dark reddish brown, which I don't know if I've seen this bracket brick before in that color, or at least it's not very common. And we have another new part here. And this one I'm really excited about. We'll be excited to see it being used a lot. But basically, this is another like shorter inverted, well, not really inverted, but kind of arch. But yeah, I don't know how to describe it. But it's just a 1x2, and you can see we got that nice sloping there, one stud up top there. And I believe it goes kind of with this. Now, I think you probably would get a better look if you had maybe a stud or something in between there, just so that you could, just so it looks better. However, getting this part, I'm super excited to see. We only get two in this set, but I believe I've seen it in other colors in upcoming sets, so a really cool part to get. Also a nice part to get are these, as I call them, bricks. So basically just a brick with texture on it. This side looks like a brick, and this is just kind of a divide in the middle. And you have four of those, and then you also have the 1x2 variant. You also have these tall parts, and I believe this is a medium nougat color. I could be wrong on that. I need to work on my color coding and everything like that. But either way, still nice to get some of those bracket bricks in there. Also in reddish brown, which I forgot to mention, we do have one of these micro kind of windows. You could almost look at it as like a mini door, but basically a shutter. We also have some Technic connection parts, and we do have this nice brown part that is great for a branch. Also moving on here, we do have some tan, not too special, but we do have one of these, which is kind of nice to get that different kind of slope. These look good for like roots and stuff, and it's kind of the larger version of that part, as you can see there. So there's also some brackets up here. I don't know if I've seen these too common. So just basically a nice bracket in tan, and this is a 1x1x2. And I don't know if I've seen that bracket before in tan either, so that's pretty nice. We got some other tan parts here, but we also have in this kind of dark orange color, even though I think it's more brown, we have more bricks, just 1x2s, but 6 of them, which is nice. We also have this in that color, which I don't remember ever seeing. I'm more used to seeing this in dark gray. So just a nice texturing part. It has lots of different uses, axle holes down the middle. It's just a versatile brick there. We also have this in dark tan, which is, again, just a nice part. Good to see different colors, makes it a lot more, you know, friendly for just doing different stuff. Also, right down the middle here, we have this newer part, which is that new kind of curved angle, and we have it in this kind of that dark orangish color. And this part lines up with these type of plates. So just a great to see more colors of that part. It just is really interesting. I've actually seen them use them almost as legs, so this is like a knee and just a plate thin. Not too special, but actually really nice, which makes no sense whatsoever, but it's a cool part. Also in tan, I forgot to mention, we do have some cylinders, but we also have what I like to call micro roofs. It's basically just, you know, a triangle, a peaked little thing. Not a pyramid, so it's just a 1x1, but it has, as I say, it kind of a roof peak to it. And we do get 3 of those. I think 1 is an extra. We also get tan gold bars, which are not really gold bars, but just that kind of texture piece of a gold bar in tan. Another interesting part is the Minions hairpiece in tan. So this is a bar, typically sticks into a bar, but then you have just kind of some nubs, and I think you can put flowers and stuff on those. So there's 2 of those in here. I think one's an extra, pretty nice. And then also, we have these big plates. Just a worthwhile newer color for this big plate. I don't think I've seen it too much, and as you can see, we have 3 of them right there. So that's fantastic to see. I'm really happy to see more colors of different parts, but this is just the brown. We've got a lot more to go, so let's get on to the next color batch. All right, here we have the reds, and there are a lot of reds. So let's get right into it so this doesn't take too long. So first of all, in our old-fashioned standard red color, we have a container, not too special. We have what I think was like a bionicle eye type part, just kind of a weird textured part, axle hole there, and we have 2 of those. We also have some axles, which are not relevant really, some circular tile, and just 1 random plate. But the highlight are these parts, and if my math is correct, there's 14 sets. So this is the hinge part. So it pops in like that, and then it moves like that. Now, this is a great part because it allows you to get so minute of an angle for parts. So obviously you can pop whatever on there, and you can be like, just kind of get your angles. And you can also mount it backwards to get a slightly different look / angle, as you can see. So you can have it kind of closer in angled or further back, you know. So if you wanted to have like this as a thing, I think you could do that if that lines up. But 14 of those. Now normally that's a pretty expensive part because like on Bricks and Pieces, each of those parts are separate. I'll say red isn't the best color for it, unfortunately. But that's a lot of those, and a lot of the times you can build so that you hide them in your build. Fantastic to see so many of those. In fact, I can't imagine a set where I've seen more than that, and you get the full part. It's just fantastic. Back here in the middle, actually, we have red and dark red, and these are the same parts, not the same quantities. But this is the rounded tile. Before we had the kind of house roof, this is maybe more the barn roof, and this is in that standard red. I think I've seen it in the standard red already, but I'm not sure about in dark red. Either way, you get, what is this? Each row is 10. This here is about 34, and then that's about 30. Obviously, I'm not 100% sure because I just laid them out, but that's a lot of those, and I don't think we've ever had them in dark red. I could be wrong on that, but those are just a nice texture type part. Also, we're getting 1x4 versions of that, I think, coming up in January. But also, those can make like the ceramic roofs where they have the curve really well. I really, really like getting those, and you get tons of them right off the bat. I think that's fantastic. But let's continue on here. So So we do have a couple slopes in that wonderful dark red color. We have some 1x2 bricks, not too special, but we do have some bracket bricks here. We have this one, just the standard kind of 1x2. We also have what I call the overhang type bracket part. This kind of protrudes a little bit, but in that dark red again, I love getting parts in just different colors because it adds to your ability to build things. And then we have the headlight brick in that dark red, which I don't know if I've seen before, so I don't think that's too common, but it's a wonderful part. And then we get into the tiles here. We got 3 1x8s, some 1x6s, some 2x3s. We even have a 2x4, 2x3s. Probably said that. We have the 2x2 slope part. And we have the double cheese wedge in like over 10 of those right there. As you can see, 1x1s. We even have one jumper. And dark red isn't the most common color, so seeing tons of that in tiles, all different kinds. I mean, you almost have almost every different kind of tile. There's even 1x1s. It's wonderful to see. Coming down the middle here, we have these parts, which we also have in 1x2, but it kind of has that jut out. They use it to have like windows in there, so you can have sliding doors. It's also great for texture. I see people using it to make it look like a brick stuck out in castle work and stuff like that. So just getting more parts in different colors, especially that nice dark red, is great. Speaking of that, we have tons of plates down here. We got a bunch of 2x6, some 2x4s. We even have that kind of rounded technical or toilet part that you can use for toileting, which sounds weird, but you get my idea, I hope. And we have a 10, I think. And then going over here, we have these, which I'm not going to count, but either way, it's a really long 2x plate. So it's a great, big part. We got some 1x2s here, some 1x3s. Love getting those odd parts. And then we also have the really nice angle, which I think is great for a lot of different types of uses. And you get 3 of them in this larger form, but then you just get a pile of 10 in the smaller one, which I really like because you can angle them all different ways to get different textures and, different ways to build with them. I think that's great. So this is just the second batch of color, and I think this is looking wonderful. We got lots of new color for parts. Some newer parts, just lots. I mean, even though those are 1x1s, it's just nice. You get so many of them, and they're a nice part. You don't see them too much. But I could talk about this batch, but we're going to go on to another batch of colors, hopefully, soon. Okay, here's the next batch of parts, and I also decided, as you can see back there, to throw in the stickers, so I don't forget them, and because I think I might not have room for the next batch. So let's get into them. First of all, just from a glance, colorful. We have lots of different greens, yellows, pinks, tans, etc. I have not seen the movie, so I haven't the slightest of what everything is, but it looks like a door paint job, which I think is great. I love it. Here we have, looks like some more pictures that are pinned up on a wall. This design is just beautiful. I love it. It's just awesome. Hola, I think is what that's saying there. I don't know exactly what this is used for, but it's interesting texture and a stack of hats. We have what looks like some little nooks with some decorations and pictures and plants. We have something else I'm not 100% sure represents. I'm sure if you've seen the movie, you know more. We have a wonderful sticker for packaging there. I just love that little gift package there. We have 2 bed sheets down here with some great designs on them. I really like them. Some shelves, just got a lot of things on it, and a family tree. And the thing that I just noticed about the family tree is you might be able to tell from the movie what everything is, but you could use this for any type of family tree, which is always good to get versatile stickers, in my mind, at least. So here, let's get into the parts. Over here, we have probably the least colorful stuff, and then we have my shades of yellow or orange. So right here is gray. As you can see, nothing really insanely special, except for 1 or 2 things. So we got some of these kind of, I don't know, geared type clip not clips, hinges. And these are the brick forms. There's 2 of those, not too special in my mind, but we do have this like overhang bracket, and it is a new 1x2. I haven't seen this too much, so just nice to see it. Only one as far as I can tell. Hopefully all my, yep, there's a bunch of Technic pins there. These are probably the most interesting. Just that gray one, it has axle into a double pin there. But we have these, which almost just look like, skiing poles. But we got a Technic part connection there, a bar here, and a kind of texture there. 2 of those in here. I think they've used that for X-Wing blaster things quite often. We have some other Technic parts that are not too special. We do have 2 of the hinge to axle, but you can also put bars in there, which makes that pretty versatile. This is new, more of a Minecraft part, but it's a double 2x2 jumper. I don't know why they made this, because for all intents and purposes, you could just use 2 jumpers, I think, in most situations. But having a longer option does make it more versatile inherently. But just a nice, interesting part, only a one of. Here's a really interesting part. This, I believe, is our new fork piece. Nice shiny fork. Looks very accurate in color. Most forks are that color. And as you can see, you can hold it there. I'm not sure if this will work for any sort of connection, but you do get 3 of these in there. So nice fork. I do like how it looks. It looks really accurate. Obviously, it's probably big for minifigures and mini dolls, but whatever. We have some black parts. Really nothing special except a couple parts here. This is a black mining helmet, so you can actually put connections there, stud, or a bit of a bar. Otherwise, it sits on the hat. Just a weird part to see in here. I think it gets made into something. We also have a pan, or a saucepan. I don't know, whatever. It's a pan. You can call it whatever you want, or a drinking cup, you could even call it. And we do have 2 of those nice little shaped rounded tiles. We have 2 of these parts, which is very droppable. Wow, it landed exactly where I picked it up from. That didn't happen that time. It's a really small part, but basically it's like a bar. So just nice to get a lot of clips in a small area, or detail, etc. Obviously with bars, you have so many different uses for those, fitting in studs, etc., etc. We also have one of the newer kind of hand blaster parts. I'm sure that this is not a blaster in this set. We also have 3 of these wonderful teacups. We've been seeing that a lot more now, and I'm really happy to see it because it is a very nice looking cup. Also in white, we have some specialty stuff. I don't think we've had this in white before, but this is kind of your very decorative fence part. I think the design originated from elves, because you can kind of see the flourishing. And we have 2 of these in white, which is a color I don't think we've had that for. We also have some 1x-whatevers in white, pretty common to be honest. But we also have 4 of these kind of detail type parts. Might be kind of hard to see here, but we have a stud up here, stud here, and it kind of has this rolling kind of detail. Otherwise, it's a 1x1, and you can also kind of put bars and stuff in there if you want. And 4 of those is nice. We also have just another part that's kind of weird. The I don't know how to explain it, but 2x4, 2 rounded sides tile. Just another interesting part, great for like pillows, blankets, rugs, etc. We also have the cloud part, just another cool part, or a Unikitty base or whatever. You can see 3 studs there, otherwise it has that cloud shape. Just one of those. We got the dinosaur egg, or egg. It's a huge egg in reference to what it is. We have like the foils from a rocket or wings or whatnot, and I'm dropping so much stuff in this batch. It's really good though. We have 2 white accessory holders. I don't know how common that is I feel like they use it a lot for like the tops of like ketchup squeeze bottles and mustard and stuff. So just a nice kind of part to go with that. We have a 1x1 white stud with hole in it. I just love when they have the hole in it. It does make it odd for certain details, but it's versatile because you can stick a bar in it. In gold back here, you can see we have lots of gold kind of shutters or window parts. Just a nice detail. We have 4 in the kind of bigger one, and then we even have 4 in the smaller one. So just a nice gold detail part. We also have some studs kind of common. We have this nice kind of bar type connection. 2 of those. We have the I'm just not gonna say it. The pointy things that go on top of things. 2 of those in gold, nice again. We also have the nice kind of sink, or whatever, bathtub, whatever you want to use it for, faucet type part, in gold. I love to see that in some like a metallic color more often. I don't know if we've gotten that, but just a nice detailed part. We also have this interesting part which gets used for chandeliers a lot. Otherwise, it's kind of like a Technic gear type thing. Some jumpers, a mini figurehead in gold. Again, I've seen those in the Rhea set, so that's not too special. And then over here, more so, kind of go over here, we have this kind of orangish yellow, which in my mind is better than the basic yellow. But we have 4 of this arch part. Just kind of a simple common arch part, but we don't see it in that color too much. This, I don't think we've had in this color yet, but it is the 1x2x3, I think. Just nice. You can shift it a little bit if you want with jumpers, or just put it shifted on a stud because of how its connection is. Just another kind of nice, easy bulk out part. And you have 4 of those right here. And then to add to that, we have the 1x1 version, just 2 of those. It's just wonderful to see new colors and new parts and bigger parts, We have a bunch of jumpers here in that color. We have some longer plates, not too special. We have some, bricks back there. Again, not overly special. Down here we have some tiles. Again, not overly special. But we do have some bows, which are not really special, but there's not really anything different. But this is a little different, and we've started getting these. This is the new butterfly type piece, and I just love that. I hope we get more colors, definitely pinks. I would love pinks and purples, of course. Whatever, though. Prints would be insane. But basically, it just kind of has a little thicker connection. I love how the wings are kind of curved there. And that is an accessory hole, so you can just plant that on grass or accessory holes. And one thing I was thinking is, because it does work like this, we can pop this on and imagine it's flying around and maybe just spilling out magic. If you're going to play with your toys as an adult, you can do that. So just kind of, I like it. I really like it. And I think actually something like this could be a simple kind of cool play feature. Obviously, you can put any accessory connection except ones that are like this, because they are not long enough or narrow enough to really get in there. So it is a little bit limited in that, but still awesome. And also, we get 2 in that bright light yellow. Love it. Same part, different color. Also in that color, we have more jumpers. I don't honestly see that color too much, although we've starting to see it a little bit more now. Just happy to get it. So again, these are not common parts. You can't just get a lot of these, so they're fairly rare. And then all we got left here is orange. We got some bricks, 1x1. Just nice to get orange. Orange is more of a rarer color, but also insanely crazy is this part. So you might think, I have seen that part before, so this is not special. However, this is kind of that macaroni tile connection part. And as I will show you here, this lines up perfectly if you have it on, studs with that. And then the dots curve can go right there, and I believe the other curve can go right there. So one more, if we get a giant curve, we can get a really nice looking rainbow going on curve there. Insane to think this would happen, but I love it. I love seeing new parts. Just, it's great. So you get 3 of those in orange right off the bat. So another batch of parts that I think is fairly good, maybe one of the lesser ones with, some of the black and gray parts being a little common. However, some of them are very useful. But let's go on to the next batch of parts. All right, here is the last batch. And to me, this selection of parts here kind of exemplifies the set a little bit. But in other words, it's awesome, but let's get into it. Over here, we have dark turquoise, or bluish green, blue green, not sure what it's called. Again, I need to work on my names. Homework for not school and not work. But we have just every part in here is going to be not very common just because of that color. But some interesting highlights as this rolls away. We have one of these Technic joiner type pins in that dark turquoise. Just one of them, but still really nice. This is a welcome surprise. This is like the little gift box that you can put one, a tile over or whatever in dark turquoise. Normally that's been in that kind of orangish yellow. And I think gray. So getting another color of that is wonderful. Speaking of wonderful, we have this old-fashioned castle-type door, also seen in elves, in that color also. Now this has like a key insert, which don't really need, don't really use, but you can also put a window thing in there, and it clips there. I love seeing this in different colors. I'm so excited to see this in different colors. I really like it. Adding to the, different colored doors, we have kind of the basic door in that same color. Now that goes into one of those back there, but I just love it. More color. It's just wonderful. Then we also have some tiles, plates, jumpers, one by one little circle plates, more tiles. It's just fantastic to see more parts in this color, and some of them are not even common parts, like that, and getting a door is just nice. For transparent parts, this is probably the highlight next to the diamond. We get this kind of greenish bottle, but yep, we get this crystal diamond-y thing. Just kind of a really cool piece. They've had it for quite a while, and it just is so great, and a nice color. Moving over to green, as you can see, we have some of our greenery. We get 2 of the palm leaves. We get 2 of the kind of common leaf parts, but we get quite a few of this part, and I think this comes as an extra too. Just kind of your 3-leaf thing. You can put an accessory hole. In fact, we have a bunch of these, and to me, this, I don't know why, this really looks beautiful. It really pops. Just that simple little thing right there looks great, so I love this flower part. And, well, the green part, bar here, and accessory hole there, which I'm not 100% sure what use that would have, but I guess you could do that. But there's a lot of them here. I think that's the highlight, is that there are so many. 6 of them to be exact, or 5, maybe I can't count. But just awesome. We also have this part in green, which I don't know if we've gotten. It's kind of like that textured part. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, in this green color, that is different to me. We have a pile of lime bricks, not really that special. This is kind of nice to see this 1x1 technical pin parts in that lime green, and we get 3 of those in here. This is wonderful too. That ghostly green, as I call it, or yellowish green, we get one of these kind of castle window wall parts and a bunch of 1x2 bricks. Not a whole lot, but still, I think it's just really cool to get. Back here, we have the big dark lavender, or medium dark, I don't know. Again, I'm bad at it, need to work on it. But that's a huge plate back there, and I also forgot to mention the huge green plates back there. There's a lot of good in this set. This also, which kind of only came in the $20 Park Bakery type set, magenta window. Oh, I just love it. It just adds more color and more versatility to stuff. We also get some light lavender. I don't think we've had this part in light lavender very much, if at all ever. And these arches, again, I don't remember seeing that in those colors. In magenta here, we get 2 small leaves, 2 big leaves. Great. We get a random plate there. We also get this nice kind of newer rounded sloped type part there, which goes together nice with these, and a couple other parts that are similar in concept to those. Wonderful to see that, and obviously pink is my favorite color, so seeing it in magenta is fantastic. We have some of these kind of panel parts that they use as container builders or whatever, or chairs. They've been using them in a good way. Then we have some 2x4 tiles, some 1x2 tiles in magenta, not too special, but still nice to get. Obviously, I love the color. Also, a wonderful part to get is this 3-leaf part in that purplish, medium lavenderish type color. And I love having all different colors of stuff because I, like building whatever, colorful, alien, greenery, whatever. Also in dark pink, we got some brackets. Those are starting to be more common, that brick there. We have the mini doll head in that pink. That's pretty common. The teapot in pink. We have the bright pink umbrella, which is pretty neat. And we have a plethora of the dark pink flowers that connect to a bar. And like I showed you, those accessory ones. But an interesting part, only 2 of them unfortunately, is vibrant coral bricks. And again, that's that texture there, 1x4 in vibrant coral. And you probably can't see it as well on camera, but just in person, vibrant coral is vibrant. But we get 2 of those bricks and 2 tiles, and this is new in that color, so it's different. It's wonderful. So let's look at some of the stuff down here. We get some dog treats. This, however, is an awesome little part. It is a 1x1 circular tile clock. I love that. It's just a tiny little clock, and since it's a little one, we get an extra turkey leg. Not too special. I think there's a new variant, but still your, turkey leg. We get the record we've seen in Friends sets crazily a lot back in the day. Nothing too special here, just a cool part. I believe these are both the same, but this is the accordion print, 1x2 on that greenish or light yellow green. Oh my gosh. And just kind of a really beautiful, colorful print with the accordion parts. I do not know anything about accordions, so don't ask me. And here we have the new watering can. So it has kind of the bucket handle connection, so you can use that bucket handle that they used to have. Obviously a clip connection there. Anti-stud kind of connection there. And then this has an accessory hole. So if you wanted to pour flames through it, you could utilize this and do that, which is a little weird, but okay. And I believe, does this fit in there? No. Unfortunate, but oh well. This you can kind of, actually that's not that bad if you put that in upside down. I kind of wish you could fit more in there. It would be nice to have like studs in there, but then it starts getting really big. But otherwise, it's still really kind of a neat build part. I don't know, it's different. Normally they'll brick build them, or they'll just use a bucket. So nice part to see. So we have a little animal, and basically the only thing different from this gerbil hamster type figure is the print. Now, if I remember correctly, and I might say it wrong, I believe this is supposed to represent a capybara. I'm probably saying it wrong. I think that's what it's supposed to represent, and I believe it's like the largest rodent classification of animal, and they're supposed to be dog-sized, and that, to me, is not, that might be puppy size. So maybe if there's, it's like a baby in the show or movie, I should say, then that's accurate. But if not, it really should be more of a dog thing, but then they probably don't have anything that looks anything like it. They're pretty unique. Look them up. So that is a poor representation, but a neat little character, I guess. But let's get into our figures, our mini dolls. So this is a micro doll, and if you'll notice something, finally getting more skin tones that are necessary for mini dolls, and I love it. And this is a great start. As you can see, we have, I know nothing about the movie, but as you can see, basic kind of face print, really crisp though. Love that torso print. Love that we have the hands here cut off with the shirts. Nothing for shoes. I would have liked shoes. It makes these look a little weird, like they're in, kid pajamas or something. And just this wonderful newer hairpiece. Just look at that. There's so much going on. I love it. Variety is something I love. So this little micro doll is very unique and very awesome. So happy to have him. And wait, we'll do this one first. I don't know the characters' names. I know I should probably look that up, but I really like looking at the parts for what they are. So here we have an elderly character, I believe, and I have to say, I love that skirt print. I love, obviously, because that is like my favorite color. I love it. You got cute butterflies. It's so unique. It's so dark. I don't know if it's exactly supposed to be like that, but I love it. It just kind of has a fade to it. It just looks great. The torso looks fantastic. We have a butterfly there. We have a nice face print for someone who has aged. It really kind of has those wrinkles that they're showing there. We get the wonderful gray hairpiece, which I think is great to see. I don't know if it's new. It looks different, but I don't know if it's new. And then here we also have a continuation of the print on the back. Now, I would love the skirt having some continuation print. I don't know how difficult that is for Lego to do, but I wish they could do that. The other thing is it has sleeves, something that is too rare in Lego. I love this figure. Also another different skin tone. I just love this. One weird thing, though, that I did notice with this is the neck coloring. I don't know if it's supposed to be like an undershirt or what, or they just did it like that. It just looks a little off if that's supposed to be their neck. If it's, a coat or whatever their clothing has where it goes around the neck, like a turtleneck maybe. But other than that, just a wonderful mini doll. And then we have our main character. And I think it's Maribel, but I don't really want to butcher names, so I won't say it too much. And I believe I did the micro doll in one of the book's parts reviews, but this is our mini doll variant. And I have to say, that print is crazy, colorful, wonderful, and very nice. I mean, it's just everything. It's everywhere. It's great. It has so much going on. I can't say if it's very accurate to the character, but from what I've seen of the character, she has a lot of stuff on her outfit, and this is very accurate to that, and Lego did a good job with these very small prints. These are small figures, and that is wonderful. She has a kind of smiling facial print with glasses on there, and she does have that new, also in black, hairpiece. And you can see that the neck part goes around on that too. Love that detail. Love the coloring. I love everything about this mini doll. It is very unique, but just has a lot of color, and I just love it. It's a great character, probably. But this is a super long parts review. If you've gotten that far, if you can't tell what my opinion is on this set, I'll tell you now. This set's awesome. It's a $50 set, 587 pieces, but we've seen that it does have some small ones, but we've also seen that it has some big ones. We've also seen a variety of colorful parts here. We've seen some new parts in stuff, some very useful parts, some awesome recolors. I'm really happy that I have this set. I am going to build it up because normally I do the parts reviews, then build it up. And I don't know how the build experience will be, but I just want to say that this is is a great set parts-wise. There's not like a pile of little parts. We did see those kind of curved parts, but again, those are different and they're kind of unique. Probably the biggest glut of parts in here, but it's I don't mind it. I just love that this set's great. It's colorful. It has everything. Parts wise, there's just so much useful and interesting stuff, especially if you're a person who likes building colorful stuff, fantasy, or just colorful in general. There's so much in here for you. And just, I don't know. It's a great set. There's lots of great pieces in here. I don't think I went through any of the batches and were like, okay, this is definitely the worst batch. Maybe the, white, gray, black, yellow, but even that, the butterflies, there's just so much. And I'm going to wrap it up now. This video is insanely long. This is a wonderful set. Hopefully you enjoyed me checking out the parts and kind of talking about them. Hopefully you watch the whole video and watch more of my videos. I want to get more videos out. It's difficult, but I'm working on changing that. Thanks again for watching. If you made it this far, you, because this is how things get watched, are incredible. Thanks again for watching.